What's up, fam? What's up? What's up, man? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan, just sliding on through. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Just sliding on through. Got a quick minute. Slide on in and slide on out. You know what I'm saying? Just want to chop it up real quick, man. Salute to the fam. Salute to everybody that catches this live, and salute to everybody that catches this on the playback, man. All day, all day. Man, what I want to talk about, let me just tell everybody, man, we're going to be doing a lot more live streams. You know what I'm saying? I got my free time back. I told everybody, man, leading into these holidays, that these holidays ain't never good for the boy, man. I work a lot around this time of year. You know, I send out a lot of packages, man, and this is the time, you know, with everything that's going on with the mail, man, you know, yo, man, it's a crazy time right now. So hopefully now that the holiday season, as far as the retail portion of it, will be coming to an end real soon, man. I'll have a lot more time to get back on this joint, man. But I want to get on here, like I say, chop it up, man, about this whole situation dealing with Gary Russell Jr. Once again, you know what I'm saying? We talking about Gary Russell Jr., man. And I just happened to recently catch his interview on the Brian Custer show that happened yesterday. And, you know, it's sad, man. You know, the story don't change. You know what I mean? The story is the exact same story, the exact same set of questions. Everything is the exact same. If you go back 2-3 years ago, interviews with Gary Russell Jr., the same questions, the same answers, the same fighters, the same everything. You know what I'm saying? The man has been haunting Tank. He's been haunting Lomachenko. You know what I mean? He's been haunting all of these dudes all of these years, and it's the same old story, and I'm just tired of it. You know what I mean? Salute to the fam. Jay Moore, I see you, man. What's up with you? Am I the only one here? Nah, bro. Just give it time. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, what's up, fam? What's up with you, man? What's going on, man? Lawrence Williams, what's up, family? Lawrence Williams, what's up, my main man right there? You know what I'm saying? Bruce Goes, what's going on, man? What's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? Hit that thumbs up, says Jay Moore, man. Thumbs up for the homie. Thumbs up for the homie, man. But I'm talking about my man Gary Russell Jr., man. And, you know, the story just remains the same. So my thing is, I'm just going to say this. Do I want to still see Gary Russell Jr. versus Leo Santa Cruz? The answer is yes. Leo Santa Cruz still holds a world title at 126 pounds. At least according to the boxing rankings and everything, he still holds that WBA. And as long as he still holds a championship title at 126 pounds, yeah, of course I want to see it. You know what I mean? I mean, Gary Russell and him got a still history. It is what it is. Tank might have knocked him out. Tank might have took a lot of prestige off of him. Yeah, he might have took a lot of luster out of the fight. But at the end of the day, given with all of the options that Gary have in front of him, I'm sorry, y'all. I wouldn't mind still seeing the fight. And he's still a champion. But at the end of the day, we know why Gary Russell Jr. is being put in this situation. It's because PBC, clearly somebody at PBC is pissed off at Gary Russell Jr. It ain't a secret. Gary has said it many times that it could be Floyd Mayweather. Ever since Gary called him a bitch, Floyd been feeling some kind of way. If you go back through the years, Gary's got plenty of interviews he going in on Floyd. And it seems as if since all of that stuff has happened, Gary's been stalled. And we all kind of see that. You know what I mean? There's no way that they should have took Leo Santa Cruz away from Gary Russell Jr. for all of the years that he's been chasing him to give him to Gervonta Tank Davis. That was foul. I know even if you're a Tank fan, you might be like, oh yeah, but Tank is the star. Tank is this. They're making him into a star. The same effort that was given to make him into a star could have been given to Gary. That was his fight, man. That was his fight. And they just took it away from him. And it's just, you know, at this point, where Gary is he's looking at the twilight years of his career. He's going to want to take care of his family financially. So we got to start, let's just keep it 100. The question has to be asked at this point. Given that the man, I mean, you would think that there was the ultimate slap in the face. Now, I'm a boxing fan. So Gary can, I'm sure, of course, say all of these things. You know what I'm saying? But from the outside looking in, bro, they ain't been treating you right. You ain't financially set up to be good like all of the rest of them. You ain't get the big pay-per-view like all of them being hooked up right now. So certain questions got to be asked, and we got to say, yo, let's keep it 100. I know we like Al Heyman, but maybe Gary should give Eddie a call. Maybe Gary should give Eddie a call. What can Eddie do for Gary? You think about this. Gary asked for $2 million. That was his original asking price for Devin Haney. $2 million. Of course, it got whittled down to the whole 1.5 and everything like that. You telling me Eddie Hearn can't find Gary Russell Jr. a $6 to $7 million 3-fight deal? You telling me that it ain't possible? Because it don't seem like that's going like that with PBC. You fight mandatories. You telling me Eddie can't find you a 3-fight, 4-fight deal, $2 million a fight? What the names we talking about, man? We talking about Josh Warrington. We're talking about Tevin Farmer. We're talking about JoJo Diaz in a rematch. He's a world champion now. We're talking about Devin Haney. We're talking about Shakur Stevenson because Eddie and Bob Arum do business. We're talking about Jamel Herring, and the list goes on and on. You get me? There's options. Instead of sitting around having your fight taken away from you by PBC and Floyd, they sitting around playing puppeteer. I'll supposed to have your back, but we can't tell. So why not give Eddie a call and get these fights? These fights are options. I'm not saying if he goes, he's going to get them. I'm just saying that they're options. And I'm just saying I see Eddie Hearn in DAZN in him, giving Mikey $7 million for 1 fight. You can't give Gary 7 for 3. You don't think he takes that? You see what I'm saying? This is why we need to honestly ask this question. Now, normally, of course, I wouldn't go to this option. Strapped on an app. It's a financial decision for Gary because he's been crapped on for so many years and so long, held back by Floyd Mayweather in them, allegedly. So if that's the game they're going to play with you, son, you got to make a move for you. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jacobs did it. You and Al go way back. Daniel Jacobs and Al go way back. Daniel was able to run over there, make the money, could come back anytime he want. I know, you can't, and Gary can't entertain a Bob Arum. That's not an option. Gary is not Bob Arum's kind of fighter. If Bob Arum was to pick up a Gary Russell Jr., a black fighter, at this point in his career, he got to already be popping. Already. If Bob gonna sign a black fighter, he got to be young and got to try to make him pop. But at this point, when you've been a professional for how many years and you ain't popping, I can't sell you. I don't need you. That's Bob Arum. Let's just keep it 100. And on top of that, Bob is being real cheap right now. So Bob, and he don't have as many names. You can go to Eddie and still get fights from Bob. But as when you were there on PBC, you can't even get fights from PBC fighters. You can't even get fights from PBC fighters. What you got to lose? You know it's Floyd. If you know it's Floyd, you know what he's doing. He took your fight. He's blocking everything else. Ain't nothing coming across the wire. Ain't no way that since Leo Santa Cruz lost, that we not talking about Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell Jr. It just ain't no way. If Gary gonna go back to 26, Gary can't effectively make the decision to face Devin Haney because he got to check with his people, and it's so much hesitant between Al Heyman and PBC and Eddie Hearn and DAZN, and they're not trying to really do business, and one don't want to. It's slowing you down, champ. It took a fight off your table. I know, look, man, I mean, it's like I said, I'm a boxing fan. To sit back and say that he should leave his outfit that he's been down with since he started, it's a hard thing to ask. But at the end of the day, if you want to get out of boxing, at the time you say and be financially secure, I just think, Gary, you need to think about things. What else we talking about? What we talking about? If they not giving you Leo Santa Cruz, they not giving you Tank. How the hell does Tank got belts in 2 weight classes and can't even be considered for Gary Russell Jr., who is a 126-pound fighter? Tank ain't never had a problem with fighting 126-pound fighters before until it comes to Gary Russell Jr. And I need to maybe stop even saying Tank's name. Maybe I should start saying Floyd's name a little more because that's who it is. Let's keep it 100. The sad thing is, it's like when you see other fighters at PBC talk about Gary, it's like they're the employees and they all know how the boss feel about you, so they stand the hell away from you. You didn't piss the boss off, bro. I don't want him to see me talking to you, man. You know what I'm saying? He pissed off at you, champ. I can't be talking to you, man. Hey, if you need to holler at me in the parking garage. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. When they ask Tank about Gary, look at his face, and he just be like, I don't really want to carry him and tell him how people really feeling about him. He know, but I'm not going to put it out there to the public, so I'm going to play stupid. Why he want to fight me? Oh, yeah? Nah, he can't even sell out this. That's some light talk for real. That's some, we don't really want to tell you what's really going on. You know what's really going on. Floyd messed up at you. And then he told Al to stop doing this. And see, PBC ain't really working for you like that, bro. And I don't want to be caught up with that. You see what happened with him and Lil Jaleel Hockey? They wanted to take a step back, like, you know what? We ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. Yo, we ain't got nothing to do with Gary. What Gary's saying out here, that's on him. But we ain't got nothing to do. We don't want to be in that same boat that he in. Let's just call it. Let's just call it for what it is. All of those fighters at PBC see Gary as the toxic one. Oh, we ain't trying to be on the Heyman shit list. We ain't trying to be on the Floyd crap list. So we don't want to really associate much with you, dog. You even got channels on here that's doing that. We don't want to really associate with you, bro, because, we don't want to be on certain shit lists. So this is what he need to do. He need to take a move and give Eddie a call and say, Eddie, man, I ain't got no promoter. Let's call it what it is. You ain't got no promoter. In this situation, in the PBC model, it don't work well for Gary. That's just like it wouldn't work well for Terrence Crawford, because you need certain fighters need a promoter. They don't have promoters. They have an outfit that they're assigned to, and the outfit will tell them who promotes them on a fight-by-fight basis. Gary don't have a promoter. So, of course, talking to Eddie ain't breaking no laws. It might piss off PBC a little bit. They might not want you having a conversation, but technically, are you really breaking any laws? My thing is, at this point now, because the story is just too damn old, champ. You go back on my channel, I've told it 20 million times. I've called out Tank. I've called out Leo. I've called out PBC. Ain't nobody. I mean, I'm talking 1, 2, 3 years. You go back. Ain't nothing changing. You don't want. Gary Russell Jr. said himself he does not want to spend an eternity in boxing. He's trying to get his money, get his legacy, and get the hell out. And take care of his family. Look out for the little brothers that's coming out. And I'm hoping PBC don't put them in this boat. What's up with Robert Easter Jr. for Antoine, though? What's up with Regan Dial for Antonio, though? Why we ain't talking about that? All these fights can be made under PBC. So what we really talking about? Let's not act like that options don't exist. But people gonna act like options doesn't exist. See what the fam time on. Stormy B Man in the building. What's up, family? What's up, man? Salute to my homie Stormy B Man, man. Love the Kung Fu film video, the last one, bro. I was right up in that joint, caught the whole thing. Salute to you, man. My man be doing them joints, bro. Salute that Mainman Mademan. Did you enjoy that Kung Fu film, Focus? Great seeing you on the live stream all day. Absolutely, Stormy. Absolutely, 100%. And I'm in the next one, bro. Is it every what day in particular do you doing, bro? Because I just happen to be catching them on a random. You know what I'm saying? Let me know exactly, bro. And I'm there all day, all day. Called Floyd a bitch and got banned. That's messed up. That's what happened, J Moore. That's what happened. Even Gary admitted that. I mean, that amongst other things. I mean, exposing Tank constantly, talking about Floyd as a fighter, challenging Floyd on the boss level, how much he's running PBC. I mean, you got interviews that go back, man. I mean, it is what it is. He made his bed, then he gonna have to lay in that. That's fine. But then you make a move. Because if not, mandatory's all over again. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Why don't Gary move on? He'll regret it when it's over if that's the case. Exactly. Exactly. Though how many fighters? You know how many fighters are sitting home wish they made better decisions? This is a decision that Gary got to think about for himself. And that's what I mean, because we know, like I said, for anyone who's been following Gary Russell Jr.'s career, you know he don't want to fight forever. He probably don't even want to fight as long as he's fighting now, for real. He probably thought by now, I could have got me a Tank. I could have got me a Leo. I could have got me somebody. But damn, PBC, y'all ain't giving me no kind of pay-per-views. Y'all ain't hyping me up. Y'all ain't putting, I mean, what's going on? Somebody pissed off. I don't think he realized how powerful Floyd was in this situation, man. Gary needs to go to Bob ASAP, says DGO. What's up, family? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's the move to make. I don't think Bob is the move to make. Bob ain't got the like I said, he's not gonna pay Gary for anything. And most importantly, Gary is just not the kind of fighter that Bob was sign. It's a highly skilled fighter that's gonna be hard to sell. You know what I'm saying? That ain't Bob's MO. Bob, that ain't what Bob want to get into. Gary Russell, who cares? This last fight, look at this. On the list of anything in boxing. You are a true boxing fan. What about Yoka versus Tanaka? Yo, I'm from DC, homeboy. Phil Pigeon. I'm from DC, homeboy. That's who cares. The whole DMV cares. You know what I'm saying? Everybody cares. You might not care, Phil Pigeon, and you got boxing in your name. You should care. You know how long of a reigning champion this is? Phil Pigeon casual boxing. You want me to talk about the casual shit, right? I'm sick of that. You want me to talk about Ioka versus Tanaka? Don't give a damn. I'm giving a damn about my DC brethren, who I'm looking at being screwed over in the sport. You should be talking about it, Phil Pigeon. Boxing. Who the fuck cares? That's some dumb shit, bro. That's the dumbest stuff, man. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. Come on. Remember where I'm from, bro. Remember where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, bro. Hey, what's up, John Page, Batman? What's up, family? What's up with you, man? Gary Russell Jr. got the best skill set in boxing all day. All day. And they know it. Because, hey, he will wreck these young boys. And that's the sad thing about it. He will wreck the build-up. Wreck them. He will just throw a wrench in the plans. Throw a wrench in the machine. Mess everything all up. And they know it. But I'm going to tell you like this, bro. And I know you probably can't say it either, but it's from my end, man, I want to see Gary financially straight after boxing. And I'm tired of seeing PBC dick him around. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing it, bro. The man has been calling out, chasing down the best names that they got, and they keep ignoring them. This Tank and Leo Santa Cruz situation takes the damn cake. And not to mention, if Leo Santa Cruz, who still, like I said, holds a belt at 26, if he doesn't get the Gary Russell Jr. fight now, it ain't never going to happen. They just playing with him. It becomes, at that point, bro, it just becomes like, nah, man, come on, man. Go over there and get the Josh Warrington fight, man. Go call Eddie and say, yo, what's up with Josh Warrington? Don't forget Josh Warrington signed with Eddie. That's a unification fight. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson, you can go through Eddie and get Shakur from Bob, because Bob and Eddie do business. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, if they're going to give him a good 3-4 fight deal, $2-3 million a fight, that's what Eddie in the business are doing. Make it hot, man. PBC is just, man, I'm sorry, fam. They dropping the ball, man. They just dropping the ball with me, man. What's up, man? Russell should just try and jump for some of that 130 action, maybe 35. Haney needs a fight. Get the Loma rematch or Shakur. All of those fights would be possible on the other side of the tracks. All of those fights you just named. The Lomachenko fight, Shakur Stevenson fight, Devin Haney fight. They all would line up. They all would line up. Those are all just opponents that can be made for Gary Russell Jr. if he decided to make a change. And like I said, I'm not into the Eddie Hearn. Y'all know how I feel. This is different than, say, what Devin Haney was saying. Like when Devin Haney was on that, hey, why don't you come on and sign it and you come on over here? No, he wanted to promote Gary. That was different. We're no one asking Devin to promote Gary. We asking if Eddie can get involved in promoting Gary. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Not little Devin. You know what I mean? I actually real life promoter that got some money to play with for Gary. You know what I mean? So it's just the same, dog. It just, because, you know, going in for this live stream, though, I went back through some interviews, man, and I went back literally like 3 years and looking at a lot of Gary's interviews, and they all were the same exact interview over and over and over and over again. Why you only fighting once a year? Who are you going to fight? When is Leo Santa Cruz? When is your next fight? Same old all over again. You know what I mean? I hope he be all right, man. I hope he be all right. Because you're right. When it comes to in the ring, can't be touched, bro. Can't be touched, and they all know. Stormy V-Man says, the Kung Fu film focuses are random, but I will be doing more with the reminders going out. Absolutely. Please give me the heads up, fam. I'm definitely there, man. And, yo, man, I still been requesting one from you. Sonny Chiba, Street Fighter. That's one of my favorites right there, fam. If you can look into that one, man, I'm dead, champ. Just because I wanted to put it in the chat when you was asking for a request, so that'll be the one that I request. Sonny Chiba Street Fighter, and he did a part 2 called for the Sister Street Fighter. Man, look into them joints, man. Sonny Chiba's a legend, fam. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, what's up? We got Fred from Barbershop Conversations in the building. Heyman, is that the real Fred? I don't know if that's the real one or not. If not, man, I don't know. But if it is, bro, thank you for all the service, man, you've been doing for Gary, man. Your interviews are the ones that kept him out there. You know what I'm saying? Heyman protecting his Latino safe barbershop all day, fam. All day, man. Your work has been non-wavering, man. And good work. Thanks, the DMV looking out, man. We see all the work you out there doing for Gary, man. Real spill, man. And you've been the one that's really been keeping his name really popping. You know what I mean? And we see that out there. Salute to you, family. Salute to you. No to Aaron, because Aaron can't promote anymore. He lost money on Crawford and he lost money on Bomb Squad versus Fury because he can't promote. Exactly. Which is the reason why I don't want him even looking towards Bob Arum's way. I mean, look, man. Bob Arum is an option, which can be used through Eddie Hearn. You don't need to go to Bob Arum to deal with Bob Arum. He can deal with Eddie to deal with Bob. You dig? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about the big fights and getting the big names and getting his just due. And they have a list of names that can mix it up with Gary for the last 2, 3, or maybe 4 fights of his career. They got a list. They got a heck of a list over there. You know what I'm saying? And most importantly, he'll have an actual promoter. Someone talking about him when he ain't. Other than, and Batman is doing a great job. But he'll have folks, he'll have a promoter constantly promoting him while he at home spending time with his family. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. That's what he's been needing. Certain models are good for certain fighters. Like I said, if you think of a Terrence Crawford, or if you think of a Gary Russell Jr., these are guys that don't come around cameras much. They don't talk much. So them not having a promoter is not good for them. That's why I always say in Terrence Crawford's case, his deal with Top Rank is good for him. He has a high guarantee and he gets paid decently no matter times when he fights because he can't sell. He sell himself. So he got someone else who's going to make sure he's straight no matter what. And people need to understand that. And in Gary's case, he's always needed a promoter. So he can spend time with his family and not like he used to say back in the day, I don't know what's going on in boxing. Well, then you ain't even got to worry about it, champ, because you got Eddie out here working for you. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. I want to see my man straight in his last few fights, man. I'm sick of the same story, bro. I'm sick of the same story, man. All these youngins are trying to be like Floyd and keep that O for as long as they can. Fighting Gary can challenge that O. 2020 boxing. Clout chasing and what's the other? Clout chasing and just pump faking. You know what I mean? That's all it is, man. Clout chasing and pump faking. Building up sideshows, building up attractions. You know what I mean? Oh, well, we can't wreck them right now. No, we can't. If Tank Davis was to lose to a Gary Russell Jr. today, man, that would throw PBC into a tizzy. They got their pay-per-view stars lining up who they want to push out there to attract and make everybody else get paid. And that is Earl Spence Jr. and that is Javante Tank Davis. Those are the ones that cannot lose right now. Those are their 2 established pay-per-view attractions. They can't lose. Anybody getting into the plans right now to make them 2 lose will wreck the plans. And they got to start all over again, look for a whole new style. And Gary ain't part of those plans. You know what I'm saying? He need to be part of some other plans. Gary pulled the old Floyd move and buy out the contract. PBC is clearly freezing him out. Pull a Canelo and go to court. I mean, maybe whatever it takes, bro. I mean, unfortunately, whatever it takes at this point. I mean, he got to think about himself. These fighters got to remember, when these lights go out, when your last punch is thrown and you sent home for that night, that's it, man. These promoters ain't going to be calling you. These promoters ain't going to be checking up on you. These outfits ain't going to be, you all right? What you need? You good? All the memorable nights and the money you made us, you straight? They don't do that. He gone. They gone to the next. Okay, well, we got him out the way. Dog, do you not understand? Look at Gary Russell Jr.'s situation. The WBC, right? The WBC though Gary Russell Jr. is champion and Leo Santa Cruz has nothing to do with the WBC at 26. He's the WBA champion. But every time he fights, he has a WBC belt. They don't even want Gary right there, man. They don't want him right there. The WBC don't want him right there. Lord knows. PBC ain't doing jack crap. They don't really want him there. You got a world title, which makes you attractive to others. Eddie may be like, you know what? He's the WBC champion. Of course, I'm going to pay some money for him. I just hope if he's going to be loyal to the PBC brand, if that's what it is going to be, then I hope he good, bro. I just hope he good, man. I hope he good. Oh, it is Fred. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, man. Salute to Fred from Barbershop Conversations, man. Bro, you are, like I say, man, you've been the main one, bro. You've been the one, man. When it comes to Gary Russell Jr., all of these interviews I've been better than me then, Fred. These interviews that I'm sitting here talking about, most of them were yours. You know what I'm saying? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the same thing, ain't it? Over and over and over again, even today. And that was how many years ago? You know, so that just, and you know, I heard Gary Russell Jr. say that Tank Davis tried to stun on him as far as the arenas and say that he can't even fill out the MGM. I say this all the time when it comes to Gary, and please don't let me say this one more again. If you put Tank and Gary together, I'm in DC. I'm in the heart of it. I don't care what arena you're talking about. I don't care which one. Hell, we can maybe even do a stadium. We got football stadiums too. What size do you want? You want small, medium, large, extra large? You let us know, because we got arenas and stadiums around here of all sizes, and every last one of them will be sold out. Y'all don't get it, man. It's the same argument that we always have with Earl and Terrence, man. When you put them together, you get magic. You put them together, you're going to get magic. Everybody in their mamas. Remember something. This is the most powerful city in the world. And that's not an understatement. I live in D.C. This is the most powerful city in the world. Everybody will be out. Just like we sold up for Jared Hurd. Man, Tank, stop it. You know that's a humongous fight. Be more be in the building. D.C. and be in the building. You're going to have police all over that joint. You going to have police all over that joint. Everybody going to be turned up that night, bruh. That shit would be huge. That man said, but they don't want to fight. And he said on his new interview, he will fight whoever if they trying to really fight. Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, Loma, Tank, all day. The question is, will the outfit let him make it happen? That's all. I look, man, when I say I don't question Gary's ambition and want to fight these dudes, it's well documented, thanks to guys like Fred at Barbershop Conversation. Well documented, well shown. We know, and we know his skill set. We know, man, sharp as against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ain't touching him with a 10-foot pole. We know all that. We just don't know what his outfit doing for him. That's all we don't know. We know, hey, Slim, when he thought that Devin Haney fight was going to happen and he started releasing them exercise videos, my man had the one when he was curling up top, curling with the legs. My man, hey, Devin seen that and said, oh, hold up. You seen Bill Haney out here on YouTube the next day like, hold up. Was that Gary Russell Jr. doing that exercise? Damn. He had Kenny Porter in front of him like, looking at him like, was that on your show, Fred? I don't know. I think it was on Fred. He had Kenny Porter show like, he had Kenny Porter on that joint like, yo, you don't know what you got yourself into. I think it really hit him, bro. Like, hold on, dog. I think we messing with a little killer, man. That exercise video really, man, hurt a lot of stuff, man. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, family? New Fat Boy Fitness in the building. What's up, family? What's up? Thanks, man. Good conversation. Thank you, man. Salute to everybody, man. La La, what's up, La La? What's up, La La D to the queen, man? That's family right there all day. What's up with you? What's up with you? That Gary interview was good. Like that Custer guy. I like his interview questions. I love Brian Custer. Salute to Brian Custer. You know, I hope we don't have to throw Brian Custer into that, what they call old media category or whatever. I like Brian Custer, man. You know what I mean? Brian asked the questions that really matter. He didn't back down. He asked some tough questions. And he put out there exactly what Tank Davis was saying and what Leo Santa Cruz was saying. When Brian Custer said, this one really hit me hard. When Brian Custer said, yo, he asked Leo Santa Cruz, why didn't you fight Gary Russell Jr.? And he said his answer was, Leo said that, you know, he requested to fight Gary, and they came back talking about Tank. And you know, Leo actually said this for quite some time. I've always like, Leo lying, come on, you ducking. You want Carl Frampton, you want this guy, stop it. But when you really, really think about it, Leo's answer has been really consistent. Well, they tell me who to fight, and I want to go out there and fight. You know, whoever they want me to fight, I will fight Tank Davis. Yes, you know, I will do it. I will do it. He's going to do whatever they tell him to do. He's clearly going to do whatever they tell. The problem is they ain't telling him to fight Gary Russell Jr. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a huge, huge, huge problem. At first, I was looking at Leo. No, wait, you could be just listen. No, Leo's a company man. I go to give thanks to Al Heyman. He is my godfather. He has made sure that I had made a lot of money against the Carl Frampton fights. He was going to give me Abner Martinez. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's they homies. It's the outfits that's holding them back, man. And this is starting to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Real spill. Real spill. Thanks, Stormy. I appreciate that, man. Got you in the Street Fighter series. Chiba and Four Sister Street Fighters films. Absolutely. I'm in the building, family. That's my man. Hey, yo, if y'all don't know who Sonny Chiba is, yo, if y'all like Bruce Lee, you gonna love Sonny Chiba. All that type shit. Hey, yo, bro, he was the master of that, man. And yo, the man, real, you know, they pay homage to him in a few movies. The last one I remember seeing him in was Kill Bill. He had a little cameo in Kill Bill. But that's my man right there, man. Just BT, what's up with you? Gary called out Earl Spence. He will fight you. That's right up Spence's alley. Yeah. You know Earl Spence. Oh, you saying because he like to fight on small fighters? Hey, and that's why when Gary was calling out Terrence and going at Terrence the way he was going at Terrence, you ain't see me saying that. I sat back and said, let them handle their business. It is what it is. I love to see the two brothers get together and make the bag. I mean, Earl and Mikey did it. Why not? If Terrence accepted, it's cool. Hey, it is what it is. Let Gary, y'all go ahead get that off y'all chest and handle y'all beat. Both of y'all make a bag of money and go y'all separate ways. Mainman Mademan cooler than a fan with it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I feel. You know what I mean? Jay Moore says, yo, man, I keep hearing about this youngin' coming out of D.C. named Jaleel Hackett. Oh, yeah, official. I heard Gary was capping about his brother knocking youngin' out. Bammers was mad that Gary actually put Young's name out there. Yeah. Got a lot of phone calls about that too, and talked to some folks. And it is what it is. But my thing is, I just wish that this wouldn't made it public. I understood where Gary was coming from in that situation. Like Gary looking at it like, yo, I'm going at somebody, and if I drop you to come and get my back in a certain story, or you should back me up because we all from the city and boom, boom, boom. But they went left, and it almost comes back down to that thing we was talking about earlier. Like the employees of the building feeling like Gary is the toxic one, and we don't want to have nothing to do with Gary Russell Jr. And I wanted to be known that it ain't got nothing to do with us. We know Jaleel Hackett been talking a lot with Leonard Ellaby and TMT and stuff like that. So it's like one of them things where they don't want to mess their future up being attached with Gary right now. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I'm like, when you in a situation where people like, oh, we don't really want to be next to him and we don't want to get caught talking to him. And when you in that type of deal, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dog, you know what they all whispering about you type stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make a move, bro. That's how I'm like, go call Eddie. What you got to lose? You got a Tevin Farmer fight. You got a Josh Warrington fight. You got a Shakur Stevenson fight. Maybe even Ryan. I doubt if they give you Ryan, because Ryan is one of those freak shows like Tank and the rest of the guy. Not to call Tank a freak show, but like they're building them. You know what I'm saying? But even, I mean, just as an option, the Campbell fights, things like that. There's options over there. That's all I'm saying. And I'm hearing they give him Mikey Garcia $7 million for one fight. $7 million for one fight. I'm hearing about what they paying Jesse Vargas to fight. I'm hearing you telling me he can't come over there and get some of that Skrilla? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. FedEx or M&T Stadium, says Pac-Man. What's up, family? All day. We got stadiums. That's Baltimore or Maryland. Two big stadiums right there. They ain't, not to mention where the Wizards play. Not to mention all of the college campuses that got arenas around here. Not to mention all of our entertainment hubs that got arenas around here. We got arenas for days. You know what I'm saying? For days. Tank versus Gary will sell like crazy. Would definitely be in DC for that. I'm telling you. That will be an extravaganza. I have my best on that night. My best. Making sure I'm looking good that night. You know what I'm saying? Yo, everybody will be out. Everybody. All, like I said, you want to have 1 million polices out there. Every neighborhood, dog, from Baltimore to DC, every street, every clique, every politicians will be there. Bro, it'll be a beautiful event. Y'all just don't hear it. DC versus Baltimore. Those who don't live here, there's always been a rivalry there. Though the marketing for that fight would go through the roof. The marketing for that fight would go through the roof. I'm telling y'all, real spill. Real spill. PBC messing out everyone out of their biggest paydays. Wilder, Spence, Gary, Ortiz, Plant, etc. It's been a lot. PBC has held a lot of situations back. They have. I was really shocked. And I don't remember coming full circle on that Charlo situation. Like, I remember them offering Charlo $7 million to come over there to fight Andrade, and they said they'll do it for a one-fight deal and send you back. I kind of fell off from that after that point. I don't know how that all turned out. I don't know if Charlo found something in the deal or what was going on, man. But it's just all of these different. We could bring up many instances like that where fighters held back for one reason or another. They threw a big bag of money to Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? They wanted Andy Ruiz to make a trip back on over there, but PBC said, yo, we're not letting you take the prestige away from Andy Ruiz. We're not going to send him over there, get beat. I don't care how much money you're throwing at him, and we can't sit back and really make what we want to make off. So it's just a lot of stuff always going like that, man. You know what I mean? Salute to the fam, yo. Salute to the fam. I'm about to get up out of here real soon. My main man, Black Star Sports TV, is in the building. Black Star, what's up, family? What's up, everybody that hear the sound of my voice? Please check out the brother Black Star TV, man, breaking it down. I'm loving your live streams, homeboy. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Salute to the family, man. You know we keep it 1,000 over here at all times. I'm going to get up on that panel, man. I'm going to come on over there and chill out with you, bro. Real spill, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Salute to you. Tank and Gary Russell Jr. would sell out a football stadium and the Wizards Arena. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden would even show up with Obama, for real. Add Herb versus Charlo as the co-main. Facts. Or look, check this out. You could just throw all the Russell brothers on one card. I like that. Look, man. Look, man. Antonio says eventually he's going to hunt down Guillermo Rigondeaux. I want that fight. I want that fight. I'm a big fan of Guillermo Rigondeaux, but it's time for him to get up out the way. And PBC can make that happen. Robert Easter Jr. What's up, man? You know what I mean? Feed Robert Easter Jr. to Antoine. I'd love to see that fight. And then you put Gary Russell Jr. versus Tank in the main event. Man, that's a blockbuster card, though. That's a $100 card, champ. That's $100. That's a $100 card. Man, that's a $100 card, man. Real spill. That's a $100 card. And I'm in there. Man, come on, man. Come on. He's not being loyal to PBC. They paying better than everybody else. I see. I totally understand that. And I mean, like I said before, I'm a boxing fan, and I can talk like this, and he knows what he clocking. If he's straight, he's straight. But the way he be talking, he don't be talking like he's straight. You know what I'm saying? But if he's straight, he's straight. You know what I mean? But they not get it from when he been saying, it don't sound like it. It just sound like he can be more straighter. And I think he deserves it as a long reigning champion, as somebody who stayed down loyal to the soil, as somebody who ain't never wavered. You know what I mean? All he ever asked for was the big fights. You know, he stayed right there. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. WBC won't even order Leo to fight Gary. Leo fought Martinez again, though. Lawrence, make it make sense, family. The WBC won't even order. Last I checked, who's the next in line? I know Jesse Magdaleno was #1, but he has other plans, and so I got to go back and watch the rankings to see what they shuffled up in there, man. Ain't no telling, man. It's really sad, man. It's really sad, man. Yeah, man. That's how he be talking, Mo. That's how he be talking, man. Let me scroll down. I'm a little behind on the comments, so let me catch up. I'm gonna go down some to y'all. Yeah. New Fat Boy Fisting says PBC got to make it happen, man, and I would be there. I would definitely be there. Girl, and see, this is something that all sits now. This situation all sits with Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe, man. It's all on. They know right now. And my thing is, I would think they should think Tank has an edge. He's fought at a higher weight class. You know, he's fought at 35. He's coming into the fights a little bigger than Gary. I would think, you know, he's maturing a little more as far as in the ring is concerned. Like, you can see the maturation of Gervonta Davis, his reflexes, his patience, his power. You would think that they looking at Tank like, you know what, you're in a good place right now, champ. It might be the time now. Now should be the time. I think they should feel more confident that he can get past Gary and not get wrecked. You're talking about a humongous fight. Floyd keeps sticking with that old school blueprint. Put a black fighter against a Mexican fighter. Still their fans. We've been seeing it over and over and over again. They're going to be wearing sombreros and Mexican color flag shorts. You know what I mean? Trying to fight in May, trying to fight in September. The same blueprint over and over and over again. You got two black fighters with a tri-state between them. Look at here. Let me say this one more time for everyone that missed that. You got two black fighters, right? They has 3 states, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. That's a tri-state right there. You're talking 3 states that can get locked down with these 2 fighters. You won't have enough seats in the building. You won't have enough seats in the building. But the problem is, they can't. You took away Leo Santa Cruz's fight. You took that away. And if they don't want to give it to him now, you took that away. They give him Tank. They give him Tank. It is what it is. Put Gary versus Tank at Norfolk Scope, where Sweet Pea used to fight all the time. I'm VA biased. Salute the VA, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, bro, they got a ring, and you know VA is a huge state, bro. VA is humongous. You got a zillion arenas. Maryland and VA combined. I mean, it's no telling, man. It's no telling. It's no telling. And I believe that they can be sold out. And we will talk about that fight to high heaven on YouTube. Every day we will be banging that fight. That's a pay-per-view fight if I've ever seen one. That's one if I've ever. I don't get it, dog. Like, I'm always go back to this. If you are a singer, if you are a rapper, if you are whatever you like to do, especially if you're from the DMV, you don't need nothing else if you can lock it down. That's the challenge. It's just ain't nobody been able to do it like that on the music scene like that. But if you can do it, that's the challenge. You don't need nothing else. If you want to be an independent, whatever, you lock down DC, Maryland, and Virginia. You don't need nothing else. You don't need nothing else. That's all the fans you need right there. They'll take good care of you. And the same way for the Gary Russell Jr. versus Tank fight. So Vasyl Lomachenko in the building. What's up, family? What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, the Russells, Tussles. I like that, Stormy B, man. The Russells, Tussles, the whole family, all done under the PBC umbrella. Now, doesn't that just make sense? You got a fighting dynasty in front of you. You got a fighting dynasty in front of you. Why ain't you marketing that dynasty? Man, you don't get, we got the Charlo twins. You might get brothers. You got the Smith brothers. You know how Canelo will fight the Smith brothers, but he won't fight the Charlo brothers. He fights the Smith brothers, but he says forget the Charlo brother. You got a dynasty right here, man. It get no better than this. I'm tired of sorry for hitting the table. Y'all, I'm a little passionate about when it comes to Gary. Y'all got to forgive me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely, Lala. Absolutely. Kind of far. Yeah. We want to keep it with them. Oh, yeah, you want Baltimore. Man, Baltimore going to travel to see Tank. They're going to travel. Davis or Santa needs to give Russell an opportunity. And Lomachenko should grant him the rematch. That's another one. Lomachenko wants a world title. Lomachenko is safe and being protected because of his politics. But the rest of these guys ain't safe. Ain't no safe. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no safe. The rest of these dudes ain't safe. Tank ain't safe, shouldn't be safe, but he's safe. I mean, you get by Floyd, he shouldn't be safe. Devin, Lil Devin. Now, let me say this about Lil Devin. You know, y'all got a little upset with me because I felt as though that Teofimo Lopez was in the right to ask for $10 million for Lil Devin. Y'all not hearing me. See, I told y'all in the video. This is the same crap that they did to Gary. Clearly, Bill and Devin can't okay the money. It's just as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Eddie can. When Teofimo Lopez, who has every belt at that division, approached Eddie Hearn about a fight, he didn't break no laws. The law is, as long as he's not trying to recruit you for Matchroom. That ain't what he was doing. He was asking the man for a fight with your fighter, and this is the price, $10 million. What's up? For every single belt in the division under the Matchroom banner. How much you gonna pay? If you giving Mikey 7 for no belts, I mean, what's up with all the belts for 10? Guess what, though? Eddie didn't even buck that. Eddie wasn't tripping off that price. Eddie thinking about the outcome. Shit, if I get them belts, I'm good to go. But the problem is, unlike Gary, Teofimo Lopez is locked in with ESPN and he can't have options put on him. Teofimo Lopez, if he loses or if he wins, he goes back to Bob Arum, win, lose, or draw. As for Gary, well, he doesn't have a promoter. So guess what, Gary? You're going to try to get options put on you. We're going to try to sneak little stuff into this language to get traps on you, but we can't put traps on Teofimo. And that's the problem. See, Devin, you got one fight left on your contract, which means that if you become champion, let's just say go to the land of make-believe and you do win all of those belts, when you walking out the door, well, you better, before we even have that conversation of fighting for those belts, you might want to sign that first. And then we can talk about it. Because guess what? If you lose, I can't keep Teofimo. He got to go back to where he came from. But I guarantee you, if Teofimo Lopez was a PBC fighter, they would have gave him that money. Because he wouldn't have had a promoter. They would have gave him that money. Those belts are worth $10 million. It's not like Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman ain't got a belt to his name requesting $10 million in a pandemic. You're talking about an undisputed champion. You telling me undisputed, every single belt under your tent, under your ain't worth what he asking, $8 million. I got 8. I got 7. You telling me that Teofimo wasn't worth? Y'all keep, that's the problem with boxing. That's holding the Earl Spencer Terrence Crawford. Y'all keep worrying about what the next man making. You keep worrying about the next man. Oh, well, he making $10 million. That's just crazy. Yo, that's for every single belt at the class. There is no more belts. You will have control of every belt, which makes you the ultimate target, which means that any fight is at your fingertips. Is Devin worth the investment? That's the question. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all for years, they never invest in Devin Haney. When Devin was going back to them about this Gary Russell Jr., they wasn't asking him for all of the money, just a piece. They just needed a piece. They didn't need the whole thing from Eddie Hearn. They just needed a piece. And Eddie said, no, I'm not taking you off of that card that I got you on because I ain't going to have no other headliner unless you can get Gary Russell Jr. to lock in with us. That's the only way you're going to get this money. That's the only way I'm going to pick up the phone and call DAZN and say, clear that money. You got to make sure that if you lose, that I make sure that Gary Russell Jr. is here to stay. And see, at the end of the day, they couldn't do that to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, that's why when he said Bob, it was, if you beat Lil Devin and take his WBC and my $10 million, well, you will never have to speak to me again. That's a problem. That's a problem for a promoter. A promoter don't like the fact that you may take everything away from him and walk across the street. This is why I always go back to the Charlo situation. They specifically said for Charlo that they specifically said for Charlo a 1-fight deal for $7 million. You can come over here, fight Andre, and we'll send you back. There's got to, I mean, you know what I mean? That's like a rare. That's like very rare. That's why it's hard for me to believe it because Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum are the king of options. They're the king of options, man. You know what I'm saying? They're the king of options. I got Zeno in the building. What's up, family? There you go, man. How you, man? How you, man? I hope everybody doing good, man. Happy holidays to my man Zeno, man. For real, man. What's up with you? Teofimo needs that $10 million to help pay step aside money to his IBF mandatory combosis. Yeah, you know, but I think the IBF can, if you know that they're going after that last belt or whatever the WBC belt is these days, whatever you want to call it. If you know that they're going, maybe you can write something to the IBF and say, hey, we're going for undisputed. You know, this is like a once in a lifetime thing. Let us, you know, have this one time or this one chance. But I don't know. I mean, the IBF, though, they blocked stuff like that before, man. IBF don't play. That's a good point, man. I don't know how they would deal with that situation, but because the IBF and Daryl Peoples, man, they don't play. They don't play. Lopez wants $100 million just to fight Haney. It ain't so much. Look, man, y'all got to understand, Lopez didn't make no money against Vasyl Lomachenko, remember? Remember how those negotiations went when Vasyl Lomachenko supposedly gave up more money out of his purse to make sure that Teofimo Lopez's purse was nice and up to par? No, he didn't make no money in that fight. And how do you feel knowing that you got every belt, allegedly, at the class, and you ain't make no money? So they looking at Devin. They're like, yo, man, yo, you want your shot? Yo, I'm capitalizing. That's what they all do. And here's the thing also, let's keep this in mind, fam. How much did they give Charles Martin when they wanted to invest into Anthony Joshua? How much did they give Charles Martin for his one belt? Against Charles Martin and Anthony Joshua. Was it $5 million to an unknown, never heard of Charles Martin at that point? You can get that kind of money up for one belt. For one belt. But you can't. So Teofimo asking for 10 for all belts. 10 for all is unreasonable. Miss me with it. Miss me with it, miss me with it, miss me with it, fam. I'm just telling y'all, man. Teofimo and them know what they were doing. People trying to make it like, yo, man, they were pricing themselves out and all this. No, bro. They went to them knowing that what they have is extremely, extremely valuable. I'm going to leave y'all with this. What these promoters want to do is they will prefer to have these belts be scattered. They will prefer that Teofimo Lopez gets too big and has to move up to 140 pounds and let all the belts go. So that way they can get a belt on their favorite little uprising champion or little freak show or whatever you want to call it. So they can get them all belts. That's what they want. They rather for Teofimo Lopez to go about his business and let Tank go after another belt and let Ryan go after a belt. I mean, it is what it is. I would honestly love to see DAZN or Eddie Hearn or whoever put that money up for Devin Haney. That way, Devin Haney at that point can become a certified star. Certified. Easy work. I can see Bill Haney going crazy out here. Yeah, they got all the belts. Man, Devin Haney stunting heavy on Twitter with all the belts all wrapped around him, looking like a don. You hear me? That's how you do it. I would love to see DAZN invest some money into the kid. I would love to see it. I wanted to see them invest into him in the Gary fight. Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. I just want them to invest in Devin Haney and stop dicking him around. Because that's all they've been doing. The whole time he's been there. The whole time. They treated Devin Haney and Tevin Farmer the exact same way. Oh my God, that's too much truth. That's too much truth. And I'm the one that's sitting here saying, I want to see them invest in the kid. No, he should have got that $10 million and got them belts around Devin's waist if he could have got it. You daggone right. And then guess what? There would have been nothing left to talk about, champ. Devin would have been the dude in one fight, one night. All it would have took is one night. Not years and years and years to acquire a belt. One night. One night. It would have took one night to send Devin Haney from Lil Devin to the dude. One night. You don't get those one nights. One night would have made him the man. He could have got rid of the belts after that if he wanted to. And then went to 140, already established as an undisputed champion and a certified star. I'm out of here, fam. Thumbs up for the homie, man. I catch up with y'all later, man. Salute to the fam, man. Salute to everybody that caught this live. Salute to everybody that catches this on the playback. Salute to the whole DMV. Salute to Batman. Salute to my man. Thanks for Fred Barbershop. Slide through, man. Salute to the whole fam in the chat. Happy holidays to you all, man. Stay safe out there. Protect yourselves. Protect your family. Y'all know in the whole nine. The homie will be back up on here real soon to talk more boxing. Y'all already know. And I catch up with y'all real soon, man. Hey, man, I want the best for Gary Russell Jr. at the end of the day. He's from my city. I want to see him respected in his fight game. And if he need to do whatever he need to do to take care of him and his after boxing. And if that means walking out the door from PBC, it is what it is. Much love to y'all, man. I see y'all soon. To the next